Alright, homemade biscuits today. First off, we want to work very quickly because we're using cold and / frozen ingredients as well. One of my favorites is the White Willie self-rising flour. They also use a little different kind of wheat than most flour companies do that's actually going to make your biscuits a little more tender as well. So the first thing we've done, if your butter is in a pound stick, you can take a quarter of it, or actually using one little stick like you get at the grocery store. We put that in the freezer. That's step one, is to put this in the freezer. And then we're taking that and we're grated it in. So we've got one stick of frozen butter that we've grated in. We're going to take 2.5 cups of our White Willie flour. We're going to sift that in. It doesn't have to be sifted in, but I find, if you're trying to get maybe a broken tooth or a crack rock or something up there, that you might want to take that out with that. So just kind of knock that in there. Buttermilk, really, really, really cold buttermilk. Also, anytime you open up your buttermilk, you also want to give it a shake. There's a lot of settling that goes on. You should also do that with heavy cream as well. And we're just doing 1 cup of buttermilk. Okay? We're going to mix these together. It's about 12 to 15 turns because you're just getting these to where they're lightly, very, very easily, gingerly incorporated. Okay? We can also get down to a point where we kind of get it mixed up and we can do it with our hands. We're going to pop our hands in there. And then we just want to kind of mix this until it just barely begins to come together. You're not trying to overwork it. That's when your biscuits can get a little tough. Same thing with any kind of dough. Get back in there. And that's really it. We kind of got our little ball. We've got it lightly incorporated together. So now we'll take a little bit of flour. Just kind of put that down. A lot of people work with a rolling pin. I just do it with my hands. You can kind of take the bottom part there, push that out. Here's another trick. So we've got frozen butter. We've got really cold buttermilk. We want to flip this over 5 times. So we've got it laid out. We're going to go once. Doesn't have to be perfect or any shape. About 3/4 of an inch to an inch thick. 2. What this is doing is it's creating layers. And this is where you get those nice, pretty little rising biscuits. Time. And one more time. Again, we're working pretty fast with this. We want to keep it cold. And if you look really close, you can see those little chunks of butter. And that's going to give us really nice biscuits that are good and fluffy with good texture. Okay? Cutter, I'm just using a little measuring cup. I do want to put a little flour on this, just so it doesn't go all over the place. We're going to put a little flour. This is just a half sheet pan with some parchment. A little bit of that on there. We start cutting biscuits. Doesn't have to be perfect. Gonna get about 5 out the first time. Now, another little trick is when you put them down, you want to put them down and they barely touch. And why you're doing that is because as they start to rise and grow, they actually need a little bit of friction or something to grab onto. So if they're barely touching, that'll kind of help them pile up on top of each other, and they'll get a lot taller and prettier. You can reform this back real quick, and we'll get a couple more. So we've got our oven. We're going to do these on 475. Nice and pretty, ready to go. "15 minutes later, nice pretty homemade biscuits.